Dale Clifton, the scholarship doctor, published a book in 2008 called The Best Little Scholarship Book in the World. This book will guide you through the maze of getting scholarships and will help you starting as early as middle school. Sadly, Dale passed away on December 20th, 2010. However, his legacy lives on. Dale's family has requested that his book be turned into an e-book and that it is to be continued to be marketed and sold. That request has been fulfilled, and over the next several minutes, you will hear 2 interviews that Dale has had prior to his death. His legacy is living on, and now you have a chance to hear about getting scholarships from the author himself through these interviews.
Do you have a child or a grandchild about ready to go to college? A lot of people do, and a lot of people wondering how they're going to be able to afford it, and that's what our program is about today. My guest from Dayton, Indiana, just kind of a suburb of Lafayette, I guess you would call it, is Dale Clifton, the author of a new book called The Best Little Scholarship Book in the World. It was just released in April, Dale, and we appreciate you being with us.
Glad to be here.
I understand your impetus for writing this book, which has been in your mind, I guess, for several years now.
Right.
Was basically your daughter and all the family hassles that began as you were trying to figure out how you're going to send her to college, right?
Exactly right. She graduated in the top 10 of her class and a member of Honor Society, and we were looking for quite a few scholarships, and we ended up with one small award.
What did you do wrong? How do you can look back on that?
Now that I look back, I know exactly what we should have done. We needed to do our own research and not take anyone else's word that, she would qualify based on her grades. And that's what we thought. Well, we found out that there were other disqualifiers, and one of them was income. However, by doing the research, I was able to find out, even for my son, even regardless of the income that we had, and he was not a great student, we'll put it that way. He came along 3 years later. We were able to fund almost half of his college. And we did that by doing some research and finding extra pools of money that we had no idea existed before started looking into it.
That is interesting. So you have actually worked on this for several years, this book, right?
I've had the idea for a long time. And I actually produced another book, but I decided not to print it because I just didn't think it was the quality it needed to be. This book is top-notch. It tells families what they need to do starting from the freshman year all the way through the senior year. And if they follow these simple little steps, their child is going to qualify for literally hundreds of scholarships. One of the other things that happens with this is, of course, students are always concerned about recognition.
Right.
And this is a great, when you qualify for so many scholarships and apply for them and then win not just one, not just two, not just three, but a half a dozen, 15, 20. And I've talked to kids that have done this, made these steps, and they have done exactly that.
Now, you state in your book, one of the things you need to avoid is walking down the beaten path. Keep doing this, putting the application on top, making it look like every other package that is out there. Personalize it, right?
It's really necessary to personalize your application. I cover that in the book. It's the top page, for example, just to give you an example, the top page should have your picture, senior picture, a statement of what you intend to do with your college education or your life after college, and your signature, and that lets the scholarship committee know exactly who you are.
You become a human being at that point instead of just another name on a list.
Exactly right.
It makes sense because these are chosen by human beings.
Exactly right.
What are some of the misconceptions that you clear up with this book?
Well, one of them is that scholarships are only available from like January, February until the end of school in May. And that's just not true. Scholarships are available year-round for every class that in high school, junior, sophomore, junior, senior. They're all there, but you have to go looking.
What about the perception that you have to have a straight-A student or at least like a 3.2 or higher average in order to get into college?
Corporations and companies recognize that there are more important things than grades. For years they didn't, now they do. And they consider leadership and community service as well as extracurricular activities important. And so my book leans to showing you how to plan to get all of those things done.
Now, you see the parents usually end up doing 80% of the work on all of these scholarships, and that is to be expected for the most part. But if that sounds like it's overwhelming to parents, they have to understand that the Internet has made it much easier.
Oh, the Internet has made it so that you can investigate literally thousands of scholarship opportunities. Mm-hmm. It used to be you had to send everything through direct mail. Well, you can imagine the cost involved and the time involved and trying to keep track of all of that. Absolutely incredible. At most, you probably found out about 30 or 40 scholarships in that way. Now, with the Internet available and you can check and literally discover hundreds of scholarships that your child will qualify for.
Now, there's a lot more we could talk about, but I think if people want more information, you do have a website available that would help people find this book, acquire this book, and probably has more tips. Can you tell me about your website?
The website is www.scholarshipdoctor, spelled DOCTOR, .com.
ScholarshipDoctor.com.
They can find information there.
More about that. Dale, we appreciate you being with us. Congratulations on getting the book published, and it sounds like it's a good service. This was what you really wanted to do. You wanted to help families out.
I really wanted to help families significantly reduce or eliminate college financial debt.
One final question. What about the feeling of hopelessness? It's kind of widespread right now with the economy. Do you run into parents that just feel like it's a hopeless battle now?
Oh, absolutely. I'm encountered almost every day by mostly fathers. Mothers won't come forth. They end up doing most of the work, but dads just feel overwhelmed by the economy and the fact that they may be laid off or just totally lose their jobs.
What do you tell them?
I tell them that the book offers opportunity for them to pay for their child's college education.
But they just have to do the research and look for it, right?
Well, they need to read the book.
And read the book. Very good.